Hey YouTube, what's up? I'm Denise. Welcome to my channel. I thought I would share with you some of my current favorites right now. This was supposed to be a March favorites video, or February rather, but it's already been March, so let's be real. This is just the stuff that I'm loving right now. Okay, I have 5 makeup products that I want to share with you guys. And they range in price and type, so I'm just gonna dive right in. The first product is Glossier Cloud Paint. This is a liquid blush and I have it in the shade Puff. I currently have it on my cheeks right now today. I love this. I recently got into Glossier products. I had seen so many videos, read so many reviews, followed their Instagram before I actually took the plunge. And I'm not quite sure what took me so long because these products are really great, specifically for me and my busy schedule, but also just, I think for people that like something on the cutting edge, something interesting and a little different from the norm, I think their brand embodies that. Plus it's like no frills, no fuss kind of makeup. So I love this. I thought that it was going to be a little too pink for me. I usually veer towards like more reddish or like almost bronzy colored blushes, but this is everything that I was missing in my life in a blush. I love it. So I think I'm going to buy this in another color as well, but I'm definitely going to continue buying it in Puff. And I just not going to squeeze it out because I'm not very skilled, but you just squeeze it out of this tube. I like it. There's like usually a little bit at the top and then I just take it on my finger and dab it on my face. And it gives me the most beautiful natural color. I love it so much. So highly recommend this. Next, we have another like cult favorite beauty product that I've seen for a long time. Again, why did I wait so long to try this? This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I got the whole name right. This is a pot concealer. You can see I've used a lot of it. And I use the shade Vanilla, which is actually really light for me, but I do really like, focus. Anyhow, I do really like to brighten up. I don't think I'm going to use this shade in the summer, but for right now in the winter time, this is perfect for me. It really brightens up my under eyes. I've tried a few techniques of applying it. So lately what I've been doing is just putting my finger in it and applying it directly to my face and then blending it out with a sponge. For a little while there, I was dipping the sponge in the concealer pot, and that's kind of unsanitary. So I moved towards my finger. There's a few ways you can apply it and blend it out. It blends out very easily. And for having the name like soft matte, it's not drying at all. It is perfect for my under eyes. It gives me the coverage that I need, which I like it medium to full. I really don't like full coverage concealer under my eyes. This doesn't crack or cake at all during the day, and it looks beautiful. This is a wonderful product, and I will definitely be buying this again. Okay, next I have a drugstore favorite, and this is a longtime favorite that I recently rediscovered. So this is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. I love this. I love the packaging. It has a little mirror, which I don't really use, and I took out the sponge because nobody uses that. And this is the product itself. It is the perfect everyday, no frills, no fuss foundation. I get it in the shade Warm Nude, which is pretty dark for me right now. Usually I use tanning lotion, but I just haven't been doing that this winter. And this still looks great, especially if I blend it out with bronzer and carry it down my neck. This feels weightless on my skin. I don't break out, and I really enjoy applying it with just like a sponge. I use the Real Techniques Beauty Blender spoof, whatever you want to call it. And I love the way it applies with that product. I just dip the sponge into the product and then apply it directly to my face. The only thing that I will say is, as much as the packaging tells you how much is in here, it really doesn't feel like there's a lot in here. I feel like the moment I open one of these, it's already started drying out. So that is one bummer, but at this price point, you can stock up and get 2, and that's still cheaper than an expensive high-end foundation that you could get at like Sephora. So highly recommend. Highly recommend. Okay, next, this product has actually changed my life and my beauty routine. And this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's a primer and a moisturizer in one. I love this. I've seen it on a few YouTube channels. I was kind of skeptical about it because I felt like the moisturizing primers that I've used before haven't really done much for me. And I think the one that I had used the longest was the Too Faced Hangover Primer, which looks like a lotion. It looks like a moisturizer, and you put it on your face and it smells nice. It smells like coconuts, but it just didn't do anything for me. This moisturizes my skin. I can skip my moisturizer in the morning and just go with this after I do my skincare and then put on foundation. It is unreal. And a little goes a long way. And it's very nice, beautiful glass packaging. It has a pump applicator and it's unscented. So for those of you with sensitive skin like myself, this is not going to break you out. And it comes out like a serum. So it's more liquidy than a true moisturizer, but when it's applied on your face, you feel like you've actually taken the time to moisturize your face with just a regular gel or oil based moisturizer. I love this. I think it's fantastic. I think if you are someone that's prone to caking or drying out during the day or wants your makeup to last even longer, this is the primer for you. The only place I don't apply it, and this is just my skin, is on my nose, because my nose does tend to get a little more oily than the rest of my face, and it actually stays like with a sheen to it even without makeup. So I put another primer on my nose, which I can show you in a makeup routine one day, but this is amazing. I love it. Go out and spend it. Go out and spend the money. It is totally worth it for this product. And the last makeup product I have is also from Glossier. This is Boy Brow. Focus. Derp. Okay, this is Boy Brow. This is in the shade Black. I usually pencil in my eyebrows, but I am currently very, very busy with work, with my 9-to-5 job, and I want to speed up my makeup routine. Hence the cloud paint, hence the Boy Brow. These quick products still give me the results that I want, and I'm not sacrificing anything with them. So the applicator is very, very small. It is a very small brush, and I comb them out with a spoolie first, and then I go through with the Boy Brow. My eyebrows are really dark naturally, as you can see. I don't need this color, like a lot of color, but I do need to like feather them in, give them a little more shape, and fill them in a tiny bit at the front, and that's about it. This does the trick. It lasts all day because I do feel like not only is it the tint that I need, but it's also the setting gel that I also need to keep them in place all day. Okay, next up we have 2 skincare-ish products, and the first is the Clinique Take Off the Day Cleansing Balm. This is something that I recently rediscovered. I don't know why I stopped using it. I think I just like ran out and forgot to buy more, but I kind of think that was stupid. So it's like a coconut oil texture, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is made of just after trying other products. And what you do to use it is you take your fingers in the product just like this and then apply it directly to your face. Your face doesn't need to be wet. You don't need to do anything before it. And then your makeup it'll break it down, and your makeup will like run down your face. It'll look pretty messy and nasty, but excuse me, it'll look pretty messy and nasty, but then once you take it off and dry it with a towel, it'll feel so much better. So I recommend this because I do think that there comes a point in our adult lives when we can't just use a makeup wipe to take off our makeup, and we really have to treat our skin well. And this really doesn't take much longer than, you know, using a cleanser or using a makeup wipe. I think that it does the trick, and it's actually both products in one. So I recommend it. The price is great. I mean, this tub is really big. It lasts me a long time, and I'm pretty sure it's 30 bucks at Ulta and Sephora. So definitely try this. And my next skincare product is the Glossier Balm Dotcom. This is in the scent Coconut. It smells unreal. It's like a mix between shortbread cookies and coconut, which is kind of amazing. It might sound gross, but it is amazing. And arguably, this might be the best lip balm I've ever tried. I don't know if you're like me, where if you use a lip balm for an extended period of time, my lips actually dry out more. And this doesn't do that to them. I got this in the coconut scent as well as in the regular scent. I keep the regular on my bedside table, and I use that like around my nose, or like under my nose if I'm a little dry, as well as on my lips. This is fantastic. Highly recommend it. Definitely worth the hype. Try it. 2 fashion pieces that I want to share with you. So the first are the sneakers. These are the Adidas Tubular Shadow, I believe is what they're called. I will link it down below. This is like a blush color. I'm not sure how it's coming up on camera, but for the most part, it's a blush color with black flecks in it, and I love this style. I actually find these very comfy. I would not say that they're gym shoes by any means. I do wear them to my hip hop dance classes, and I'm very comfortable in them, but my main intent was to wear them as athleisure. And I love Adidas sneakers. I think I have more pairs of Adidas than I do Nikes. However, be forewarned, these run so small. For reference, I am typically a 7.5 in Nikes, or in just sneakers in general. These are 6.5, and they're still big on me. So just something to take into account when you're purchasing Adidas. And this color actually was really hard for me to find in my size. I ended up buying it not off of the Adidas site. So if I can't find it in this particular color, I will definitely link this style because I do recommend it. I think it is very comfortable and it's very stylish. So Adidas Tubular Shadow. And then the next is this denim jacket that I've actually had for a while, but I've worn it the most in the last 5 months than I ever have. And it is this jacket. I love the color of it. I think it makes it very unique. And for a while I thought it was a summer jacket, but I've been able to wear it with black booties and black jeans and a cool tee, and it really like makes it a little more season appropriate. And I just love it. I wouldn't say it's cropped, but I wouldn't say it's oversized. It definitely hits me like at the top of my pants. And it is from Urban Outfitters from their brand BDG. I don't know if they still have this exact jacket, but they have plenty of others, so I will link you one, and I will try to find jackets in this color as well, because I do think that that's what makes this so unique. Okay, next up is my only food product of the month, and it is the Califia Farms cold brew coffee with almond milk in the flavor Double X Espresso. This is the big bottle. They do have individual sizes, and that's how I first tried this product. Actually, my friend bought it for me at work, and I was like, a lot of bloggers that I follow talk about this coffee, and I've been curious about it. So it is 100% vegan, no saturated fats, lactose free, soy free, and a word I can't pronounce, free. This flavor is, I think, better than the mocha one because it has more of a coffee taste. I would describe it as like a dark chocolate coffee taste. So it's not like a super sweet coffee by any means. And it doesn't have as much sugar as I thought it would, which is better. It has only 10 grams per serving. And this is so good. This has been perfect for those mornings when I can't be bothered to make coffee because I have a pour over coffee that it does take some time. It's definitely worth it. But some mornings I just want to get out of bed, pour a cup of coffee, and sit back in bed and like watch YouTube or read a book or listen to a podcast. And this is awesome. My battery died, but we're back. I'm gonna go through my favorite media, books, music, movies, TV shows, podcasts, YouTubers. It's a pretty broad category. So the first is this book, Call Me By Your Name. If you have not heard of this movie or the book yet, you need to check it out. So I'm gonna start with the book because that's what got me into this first. So the book is a sensual coming-of-age story, and it is about Elio, who is the narrator. He's a 17-year-old boy, and his family has a home in Italy where they summer, and they invite guests from other places to stay with them for the summer. And the guest that stays with them in the summer depicted in this book is Oliver. He is a college student from the US, and the two of them develop a friendship that then turns into a beautiful romantic relationship. It's very intense and very passionate, and Elio's point of view is so mature and so profound for someone of his age, but you can also sense his, I wouldn't say anxiety, or his apprehension with Oliver and how to approach Oliver and how to act and how to feel. I don't think that the movie truly hammers in that, because this is narrated in Elio's point of view, and it is so intense and beautiful. My only critique is that I felt like the story could have ended in the book probably 40 pages before it did. I think that it was extended far much longer than I as the reader needed, but it was still beautifully written, and it enveloped me. I didn't want to put this down. I looked forward to finishing this and reading this, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a new read. And the movie version was so, it was everything I needed. The casting was on point. Armie Hammer plays Oliver. Armie Hammer is so easy on the eyes that I can see why Elio would fall in love with him, and Elio is played by Timothée Chalamet. They were both fantastic. I think this movie was missed out on some great Oscars because it was nominated in a lot of categories, and I don't recall it winning anything, at least from the televised portion I saw. So, and you read the book and check out the movie, both or one or the other, they're fantastic. And the soundtrack, segueing into music, can you tell I'm obsessed with Call Me By Your Name? The soundtrack is unreal. The movie takes place in the early 80s. I can't recall if they actually mention when it takes place in the book, but there's great 80s pop. There's some great Italian music, some classical because Elio's character plays music, and then Sufjan Stevens, I'm so sorry I'm butchering your name. He wrote 3 original songs for this movie, and my favorite one is Visions of Gideon, which was nominated for an Oscar. This is it. It's so good. It is beautiful. There's something about the music. He captured the soul of this story so perfectly, and I think that this song, Visions of Gideon, encapsulates all the beautiful moments in this movie and of this romance. So take a listen, watch the movie, read the book. I think you will really enjoy it. And while we're still on music, I have found the band of my dreams. And I say this, I do not say this lightly. This is a heavy statement. This is really big for me to say. But as you can tell, I love music, hence the records and the guitar behind me. I think that if I lived in a decade, it would be the 70s. And I don't think that there has been a band since the 70s that really encapsulates the rock and the sound that I love. I do think that I love blues rock, and I do think that there are some fantastic artists that are doing amazing things with blues and alternative and indie, but there has not been anyone like Led Zeppelin since Led Zeppelin until now. I don't know why I hadn't found out about this band sooner, but I kid you not, I had shivers down my entire body when I first listened to them. They are called Greta Van Fleet. They are all, I believe they're, most of them, if not all of them, are under 21, and they sound like Led Zeppelin. It is amazing. What? Do you hear? Like, I'm like, oh. Do you hear that voice? What? This is like Robert Plant reincarnate. Check it out. Amazing. Check it out. Okay, so moving on to other things you can listen to. I have 2 podcasts. One is the Ctrl-Alt-Delete podcast that is Emma Gannon's. She is lovely. I love listening to her. She started the podcast to interview people who had a presence on the internet or whose lives were affected by the internet or by the computer. And she interviews such interesting people. I have gone all the way back to inception of this podcast and listened to those episodes up until the current ones, and I just love the way that she asks questions and doesn't have to say much to get people to just talk. And it's very organic. It's very intellectually stimulating and interesting. Gets me thinking about things in a different way, or to research something that I didn't really know a lot about. My 2 favorite recent episodes have been with Jojo Moyes, who's the author of Me Before You, which was made into a movie 2 years ago. I love it. Love, love, love it. And then the other podcast episode that I loved recently was with Greta Gerwig. She's the director of Lady Bird, and I think she was also in Frances Ha, if not directed that. Both are fantastic films. I love Lady Bird. It's hilarious. It's a great coming-of-age mother-daughter story. Saoirse Ronan is the main character. It's great. But anywho, Emma's interview with Greta is so organic and so inspiring. I really wanted to have more. I wished I was sitting in the room with the 2 of them. Like, to be a fly on that wall is great. The second podcast I really love is less intellectually stimulating, but definitely entertaining. And it is 2 Judgey Girls. This was recommended by some of my best friends. We are Bravo-holics. We love Bravo. And admittedly, I know that some of those shows on Bravo are not intellectually stimulating, but after a long day of thinking and sitting at the computer, watching Bravo episodes is everything that I need in my life. It is so great to watch other people's drama. And these girls recap the most recent episodes of the popular shows on Bravo, or the shows that they like. They're hilarious. They're 2 best friends. They're both from California, and they say the things that my friends and I think, or we say over text, that we wouldn't necessarily say out loud. It is hilarious. And if you like Bravo shows and you geek out over them with your friends, I would highly recommend this podcast. It is so entertaining. So the fire alarm went off as I was finishing my goodbye, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me today. It was really fun to share my favorites with you. Please comment below if you have any suggestions or if you've tried any of the things I mentioned, and give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed what you saw. I'm going to be producing more content, and I'm really excited to grow this community on YouTube together. Until next time. Bye!